Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
Andrew McCart, IFL TV. We're still out here in Riyadh. We've just had the weigh-in. That means the fight is officially on. Both fighters look strong up there, Ariel. You were lucky enough to interview them after the weigh-in, man. How are you feeling?
I'm buzzing, my man. Honestly, I live for this stuff. When I was a kid, dreaming of working in this business, that's the stuff I dreamed of. Being up there in the mix, two giants, massive fight. There's fireworks and all this stuff, tons of people, chaos. I love everything about it. The tension, the scene, the stakes, the drama, the theater. I feel like I'm on cloud 100 right now.
One thing I noticed from your quick interview with Ngannou after the face-off there, he said something along the lines of, put Joshua and Tyson together and I can beat them on the same night inside the octagon. That seemed chilling to me when he says, I've got to step in their backyard. They won't dare come into my backyard. I mean, do you think we could ever see a Joshua going in the octagon, even a Tyson Fury?
Joshua, no. Tyson, I think, is crazy enough to do it. Obviously, there will have to be a lot of money at stake. I don't see Joshua doing it, but Tyson has flirted. He's flirted with the 4-ounce gloves. He's flirted with the MMA rules. Yeah, exactly. So, one thing about Francis, I think he keeps repeating that to say, just remember who the alpha male here is. And that's mind games as well. But he likes going to that. And then at the end of that, he had that laugh, which was straight out of a movie. The whole thing is just amazing.
He's 20 pounds heavier than Joshua, but when I look at them, I'm like, where is that extra 20 pounds Ngannou's got on Joshua? Because they're both massive. I just can't see that extra 20 pounds.
Anthony's just a little leaner. He's not taller, obviously. They're pretty much the same height, but Francis is just a little stockier, it feels like, a little thicker, you know what I mean? So weight comes in different shapes and sizes. I don't necessarily think that will be a huge advantage or disadvantage for either guy on Saturday. I just can't wait to see those two guys with all those muscles just in the middle of the ring. Ding, ding, let's go. It's just, we're very blessed to see a fight like this because it didn't feel like a real thing 8 months ago, 6 months ago, even 4 months ago. Thank you very much to Joseph Parker for making this fight happen, because if he doesn't beat Deontay Wilder on December 23rd, we're not talking about this fight.
Thank you, Joseph Parker. I've got to say that now. In other news, I know you're sort of the MMA guy, but you are a boxing guy, you're a combat sports guy, like I said to you earlier on. I don't know where to start with this. Mike Tyson, nearly 60 years old, up against Jake Paul, 20th of July, out in Dallas. I mean, I don't know where to start with this, Ariel, so I'm going to leave it to you.
I still feel like I'm digesting it as well, because there's so many different elements, right? First, it's Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. What the heck? We remember Jake Paul fighting Nate Robinson on the undercard of Tyson Jones back in the pandemic, November of 2020. Okay, then you look at the ages. There's essentially a 30-year age gap between the two of them. Okay, then you talk about, as you said, AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the home of the Cowboys, 80,000 people. That's a massive venue. We've had a couple of those fights there, Canelo, Pacquiao, etc., but it doesn't happen quite often in America. And then the last piece, which to me is actually just as interesting as all the other elements, Netflix. Netflix getting into the fight game. Obviously, we know about Netflix and WWE, January of 2025. We didn't think that they'd be coming in the summer of 2024. And so this is a potential game changer. We don't know if it's a one-off. We don't know much. I even reached out to Nikisa Badarian, the co-founder of MVP. How many rounds? Pro, exhibition? Haven't heard back yet. I did hear back that it is a done deal, that it is an event produced by MVP, and that it is going down. I know some people are thinking it's a joke, but it is not a joke.
Are you worried for Tyson? Although we know Mike Tyson is a monster. Yeah, but being Father Time, as we all know, doesn't wait for no man. I mean, I used to fight, but I can't fight no more. I don't know what sport you used to play, but you're probably not as fast as anymore. But the reflexes won't be there for Mike Tyson. Although we know that he's got it mentally, up there. Mike Tyson probably still has that hunger and that dog in him. But being close to 60 years old, are you worried for Mike Tyson, or are you okay with this fight, so to speak? Yeah,
and by the way, the answer to that question is basketball. That was my thing.
Did you dunk?
No, I averaged a solid 2 points a game, so it was very, very good. Yes, no, I understand that. I was talking to my friend Sonny over here, and he was like, I can't have Jake Paul beat Mike Tyson. And I feel like a lot of people who grew up with Mike Tyson feel the same way, right? Like, Mike Tyson, he's a hero, he's a legend, he's an idol for a lot of people. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, all those guys. Jake Paul's going to knock him out. I don't know if a lot of people can stomach that. Sort of the same sentiment when he fought Nate Diaz, right? People love Nate Diaz, like, please don't lose to Jake Paul. So he does things his own way. You know, people complained about the Andre August and Ryan Borland fight. I saw KSI tweet about it. I'm sure there are people who are going to hate it, but look, it's not a pay-per-view, so it just comes with your Netflix subscription. That's what I've been told, and there's stuff that I want to find out. You know, Texas Commission, I'm assuming, is sanctioning it. We're finding, and I haven't been on my phone because I was up there, but you know, how many rounds, pro, not, what's the weight? You know, Jake doesn't fight at heavyweight. He's usually fighting around cruiserweight. So, yeah, I mean, we're here for Francis Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua. That in itself is a crazy thing. And on the day of the weigh-ins, we find out about Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, like the combat sports where I feel like we're blessed just because it's just wackier and wackier every day. There is never a dull moment.
Well, let's talk about wacky and wackier. Conor, Benn and Pacquiao. Yes. I mean, that's another fight that just came out of the blue and out of nowhere. I mean, they were meant to do a face-off, but I think media and all sorts just ransacked that stage and they couldn't get that face-off after the weigh-ins. But that looks like a fight that's on the cards. I mean, what is happening? You've been in the sport a long, long time. Look, you like the combat world, you've been reporting on it for a long, long time. I mean, back when you first started or dreaming of doing this job, did you ever think this sort of stuff would happen?
No, it's crazy. It feels like we're playing with a different deck of cards now. All of a sudden, like, everything's been shuffled. I mean, you got Frank and Eddie up there. Now it's like ho-hum, old news. Even that a year ago, absurd. Like, they said they never met each other. They were never even in the same room. Now they're standing side by side singing Kumbaya. I saw Conor and Manny sitting in the front row. I was like, all right, Conor and Manny are here. They're right next to Alistair Overeem, some other fighters. And then all of a sudden I see them facing off, and then all of a sudden they tell me, like, go interview them. And in my mind, I'm like, interview them about what, you know? So I asked Eddie the first question. He's like, oh, we're in talks and stuff like that. I was like, wow, you know.
So they're in talks. It isn't official yet. I don't know. No, right, okay.
Not official, but they are in talks. I kept asking Eddie, like, how close. Both of them said they want it. Both of them said they want it imminently. Eddie said not quite done, but he wants it as well. He mentioned potential England fight. He said here as well. And, you know, I know that Conor is a lightning rod, and people have a lot of takes on him. I can't wait to hear what Talk Sport is going to say about this one, because I'm sure they're going to get their panties in a bunch.
I'm sure they will. Ariel, everyone seems to be getting a fight. Come on. Are you ever going to have a fight? Yeah, why not?
No way.
Me against you.
Yeah, right. I've given you 2 interviews and now you want to fight me. One thing that I've always been very careful and cognizant of is I'm not a fighter. I don't possess the courage. I don't possess the bravery. I don't possess that DNA. And that's why I have the utmost respect for them. They do things that I can't even fathom. And I would never try to copy, emulate, or disrespect that journey that they go on. So I'm not one of these people who feels like you need to fight to report on fighting. I hold them in the highest regard, and I don't want to make a mockery of what they do, because what they do is serious business. And if I went in there, I would be making a mockery of it.
Well said, Ariel. One final one. We are here for Knockout Chaos. We are here for Ngannou and Joshua and Ngannou, Parker, Zhang, all these great fights, Ray Vargas and Nick Ball. Just give the people that watch on IFL TV why they should buy this pay-per-view and why they should tune in. If they're not here in Saudi Arabia, why they should tune into this fight.
Well, first off, no matter where you are in the world, what else are you doing on a Friday, right? Not a typical night for combat sports. If you were an MMA fan and this was on Saturday, you would say to me, UFC 299 is a great card. And I say, yes, it's a fantastic card. It's the best pay-per-view of the year so far from the UFC. But this isn't going head-to-head with it. There's literally nothing else going on this Friday, really, in sports. And so if you're in America, nice little cheeky Friday afternoon, not bad. If you're in the UK, nice little Friday night watching Anthony Joshua, who has flown the British flag for all these years on the highest of levels and the biggest of stages. And then Francis. And what's so great about this fight is Francis Tyson was battle of the baddest. There weren't really any real stakes attached. There's actual real stakes. This is a real fight with real stakes attached. Winner of this fight is fighting for undisputed gold. What's bigger than that? We're either getting Anthony versus Tyson, or Anthony versus Usyk 3, or Francis versus Tyson 2, or Francis versus Usyk. Like, sign me up for all of those, right? That's massive stuff. And oh, by the way, Joseph Parker versus Zhilei Zhang, on any planet, in any arena, that's a main eventer. Nick Ball is a great story. Local guy. I heard some Liverpool, cheering going on over there. That was cool to see. Vargas coming off his first pro loss. Big opportunity for him to get back on track. And, there's some Jack McGann. I'm excited to see him. Former MMA fighter. His dad was a longtime MMA manager for the likes of Michael Bisping and Rampage Jackson. Getting to see him for the first time. So something for everyone on Friday night.
That's why you're the man, Ariel. Thank you so much, brother. I'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Wall Street Memes Casino
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.